Okay, good morning everybody. It is Friday, August 13th, 2021, and we're going to get started here with our pre-market analysis on the S&P 500 futures market. One just interesting thing I want to share with everybody is the last few days we've been looking at these retracement legs for each day. So you can look back here and you can see on August 10th, we had a very clear leg from the low back here, basically the overnight low, to the daily high there, which gave us a retracement scheme and also gave us an extension here. And these three levels ended up giving us a 100% extension up to right about 44.60 here. And then on the following day, off the low of that day on August 11th, to the high that we made on that day. We had the low of the day to the high of the day, drew a fib across that, which gave us another few extension levels up above us. Now, just what I wanted to point out here is that the 61.8 extension of this leg right here from August 11th and the 100% extension from all the price action on August 10th brought us right to essentially 44.59 to 44.60, and that's where we find ourselves having some resistance in the market this morning. So just kind of an interesting observation. Of course, just like we've been doing for the last few, I don't know, maybe week or week and a half, we can now look at this most recent leg here. So just like we had the low to the high from yesterday, we now have, or I'm sorry, the low to the high from August 11th, we now have the low to the high from today. So I'm going to go ahead and, so the 100% extension of the most recent leg back here brings us right to the prediction point up around 44.68. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that since we now have that level kind of demarcated already. And I'm going to just go ahead and draw a new fib here for this most recent leg from the previous daily low to the previous daily high. And so don't see much confluence there at 68, but either way, just a decent retracement scheme to watch here. I do like the fact that we might have to actually end up redrawing it to the new high, but do like the fact that 50% of previous daily price action you can see here highlighted at 44.43 quarter brings us right back to all the previous resistance that we had in yesterday's market and the day before that. So these are levels we're going to want to watch this morning, but let's go up to our ultra high time frames and start our analysis here. We'll go up to our quarterly and same situation. Getting tired of saying it here. Looking very strong, no signs of exhaustion on our quarterly. Same situation on the monthly. Same situation on the weekly. And now even on our daily, we have a very bullish market with no signs of exhaustion. So that's all four high time frames from the quarterly all the way down to the daily showing no signs of exhaustion, looking very bullish. When we get to our 4 hour, we have the same exact situation. So now we have all five of the upper high time frames here showing a bullish case with no signs of exhaustion, at least from where we are now. We did have a little bit of an exhaustion pattern going into the close of yesterday, but from there we got a pullback from 56 to about 51. So about a 5-point pullback in the beginning of Globex yesterday afternoon, and now we've recovered and continued to push here, and again do not have any signs of exhaustion. So all these high time frames all looking very strong. When we dial down to the 60-minute, that's where we have a little bit of a bearish indication from the overnight high. So it really has felt like Groundhog's Day for a week, probably a week and a half here, where every morning we've come in and everything's looked pretty bullish. We've just had some minor indications of exhaustion off highs. And so this morning it looks like the same situation here. We will go ahead and dial down to our shorter time or intermediate time frames to take a look and see if they agree with what we're seeing here. So that high, the overnight high, is going to be 44.59.75. That is going to be the line in the sand there where we'd like to see the bulls continue to push and break through that level. So let's go down to the intermediate time frames here and take a look. And we do have agreement. Really quickly, let me just go back to the 60-minute. We had the bearish indication off of the most recent high. In fact, it's a new all-time high on the ES. We do also have that bullish indication off of the pullback. So we pulled back from that bearish indication, and then we got a 60-minute bullish indication, and now we're pushing to attempt to come up and break that high at 59.75. So when we go down to our 30-minute, we actually see the agreement there. We see the bearish indication off the high, and now we see the bullish indication off 55.50 here. And now you can see currently we just are testing that all-time high at 59.75. So to the tick, we are testing it at the moment. Wouldn't be surprising if they push through that right now, and then that might end up negating this bearish signal that we got on the 60-minute and now the 30-minute. When we go down to our 10-minute, it's just more agreement, so everything's lining up here. Still, overall, we have a bullish bias this morning, looking for the bulls to continue pushing past the overnight high, which was 59.75, and continue pushing here. There's really not much else to be said. We've basically had the same scenario for such a long period of time that there's really not much else I can add to the story right now. Just keep in mind that just because we have a bullish bias this morning and we expect to push to new all-time highs, it doesn't mean we're not going to have some type of retracement here or maybe a minor correction. And if that is the case, we're going to want to look for really nice, strong bullish indications off some of these key levels below us. Yesterday, we had our retracement scheme, remember, from that previous daily low to the previous daily high there, and price came right down just in front of the 61.8 retracement. We actually called this in the room here at 30.25 to get long. I got long myself, and that was all we did the entire day there. So just about 30-40 minutes after the open, patient, waited for them to come right into 31.75, 30.25 here, and took that long. So this morning, wouldn't be too surprising if they did come down and maybe retest one of these deeper retracement levels and then continue to go higher. As we can see here, as we zoom back, it's just been like that for day after day. So we'll have to watch that, and I'll leave it here. Be a pretty quick morning analysis here. Looking bullish, expecting to push to new all-time highs. And if we do have some type of pullback, we have some really good levels below us to look for the signals to take it long. So I'll leave it at that.